Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy, Flash Jones, back again with another video. And as you guys can see here in my little opening preview, I got something very, very exciting to share with you guys. With that being said, I know it's probably extremely hard to hear me, but with that being said, let's jump right on into this video. Alright, stand by. Alright, so like I said, it's probably extremely hard to hear me right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to pause the video and manually turn all these locomotives off. Okay, stand by, give me 1 second. Alright, so I finally got all these locomotives muted out. And so yeah, let's get started with this video. So first and foremost, you guys remember, let me stand up. You guys remember last week my my video, I showed you guys the diesel service that I got all the tracks in. Nothing has changed there. If you guys remember what that all looked like, everything's 100% the same except for one thing, which makes it about 90% the same. And that is this track that was track 9. I have converted that into a yard lead, kind of doubling as a 9 as a auxiliary diesel service track, but it is primarily the yard lead, so it's got a double. So that track is like I said, the yard lead. And what I've gotten done that's new going forward is this track 9 was a straight track. It came all the way up to the end of the switch here. I just pretty much, like, the reason why I told you guys that I use screws now is so I can easily modify things and change things. So I just unscrewed the track, okay, place the switch down in there, and then I got the track coming off here, and then I have the ladder. Let me come back so you guys can get a good look at it. I have the ladder for the yard lead going off to the left. Okay. You may be wondering why the track here, I don't know what to call them just yet. I don't have a number or anything, but this track here, why this one is doesn't have any switches coming off of it. And reason being is because had I put one of these switches down in here, it would have been too tight down in here in this area, because as they go around, space gets limited back in that area where the bridge pair is for the bridge. So I kind of had to make a decision to how to do that, because this switch still would have been here having 2 tracks coming out of it. Then I would have had, like, there's no space right in this area for 2 tracks, but as soon as we kind of get down into this area, it gets tight. So like I told you guys before, I'm not gonna force anything. If it works, then it works, but I'm not gonna force anything to be the way that I want it to be 100%. Although I want it to look good and be the way that I want it, I'm not gonna force it. So if I can't get it to be the way that I want it, I'm gonna do a little bit different to make it still look good and make it at least something that I like. So that's what I decided to do there. I just made one long track, so that'd pretty much be for all of the longer trains and whatnot. But continuing on, I have 2 more switches that gives me 4 extra tracks. So I have a total of 5 tracks right now. As of right now for the yard, these tracks sweep around and they come back, and they end up back there. I just got to clean them off a little bit, put some screws in them. I'm running low on screws right now, but add some ties back in there, and just finish it off, make it look good. Cut the ends of the rails off, make it flush, whatnot. Just some house cleaning type stuff. Obviously right in here I got my extra parts, my extra track. Unfortunately, I just on a side note, I got to switch over to the Galaxy S7 Edge, because I'm filming on the Fireball 7, which is the Galaxy Note 7, my favorite phone. Nevertheless, all my extra stuff is pretty much right here. Extra bridge, the bridge that I was building the second time, is also sitting here. Much of my extra stuff. So, segueing off of the bridge topic there, yes, the second bridge is sitting here, not back there. Okay, Reasoning why, as what I was just saying, saying that I'm not gonna force it. If it works, then it works. Okay, good, but I'm not gonna force it. And what the issue that I was having was these bridge piers that I got from Walthers. They're, don't get me wrong, they are nice, but they're hard to use, and you can kind of see the outline of it. They give you cut lines in there. They kind of score it so you can cut it, but with the height of the bridge with the shoes, it wasn't lining up for me right at all. And like I said, I've been trying to get this double bridge section in for weeks now, trying to figure out how to get it right, and I couldn't figure it out. So what I ended up deciding to do is I actually tried what I was thinking was to kind of make a cut, and actually this is further back. Let me come right here. You kind of see I kind of made a cut here, and I kind of placed the bridge inside. But then the issue that I encountered there was too much of a gap. There was too much of a gap in between the two bridges. So it would have made it look really awkward because you'd have had to span the bridge span and a gap about that wide of track just hanging in the balance. And it didn't really look right. Like I said, I'm not going to force it. So I made the executive decision to cut one bridge out, pretty much cut out, and make it a single bridge. And like I told you guys before, I had an extra riser set, 4 inches in height that I was able to use. So I used it and I just stuck it in. Let's get a shot of this train as she's coming through here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that's that. I was able to get the bridge in. I was able to figure out how to get that in. And obviously, because the train's running, I have everything powered. And as evident as when I first, in my little intro, the engine's running, everything is powered. Now, segueing off that into something else. I mentioned it before on my previous layout. There's a specific reason why I like these switches. Note, there are no feeder wires coming anywhere off of that lead back there under the bridge, and there are no feeder wires coming off this lead here. There's nothing, okay, other than the tri-beam solder, which is what I didn't want to do, but I had to do it because it kept giving me issues right there. There's no feeder wires or anything powering this area, this entire area where diesel services, even the tracks, for the yard. There is no power as far as feeder wires plugged into them. What I was saying was the reason why I like these switches so much is because there's a jumper wire that goes from this rail to the switch points, and from this rail to the switch points as well, so that the switch points are always powered. The entire switch is always powered. The frog is isolated. I can power the frog if I would like to, but I don't have to because I don't have any engines that are those little small truck switchers. I'm not using any of those. I may in the future. Then I'll have to power the frog. Nevertheless, I don't have to. Anything connected to the switch will get power if it's connected via a rail joiner or even if it's soldered. So, as I was just saying, there are no feeders coming off of this lead at all. It's just connected to the switch, which is then connected to the main back there. So this entire area, total of 9 tracks, 5 yard tracks, are powered exclusively off of this main track in the back. And also the entire upper section with the bridge is powered off of one track. I haven't gotten around to putting the feeders in. Like you see the feeders here. There's a feeder going to be right in here. And same thing on the other side. And there might be a section of feeders right back in here and on the other side of the bridge as well. Just to make sure that it has adequate enough power for when I get lighted cars, as far as like Amtrak and passenger cars as whatnot. But what I'm getting at is 5 tracks, all sorts of switches, 9 tracks, all have power from the outer track, which is the main, and because all of these switches are powered from the jumper, or they are powered through the jumper wires that connect all of the rails to each other throughout the switch. Because I had someone else ask me, that's why I wanted to explain that real quick. But these switches are the Walther switches. They are expensive. They're about 20 bucks plus. In between about 24 and about $32. You can get up to number 10 left and right hand switches. You can get curved hand switches. This is the reason why I like these switches so much. Yes, they are expensive, but it does the job. And they look nicer than, I would say, the Atlas switches. Me personally, I like the way that these ones look in comparison to the Atlas switches. But nevertheless, before it was just a straight track here. Okay, it was just a straight track, and obviously you guys seen the lead here. I pulled it out. I pulled out this straight section to put this number 8 left-hand switch here, and I didn't really want to put a number 8 left-hand switch here. The only reason why I did is because I had just a handful of number 4 left-hand switches, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to use all of those number 4 left-hand switches for my yard. Kind of because I'm impatient, but I decided to, since I'm not going to be using the number 8s for this layout, I decided I would incorporate them in this instance here, and I used it here to give me a yard lead. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys exactly what I did. Pretty much nothing fancy, just an interchange section, and pretty much that's it. I got these Walthers 6-packs of I can't even talk. Wow, these 6-packs of cold gondolas and Beth gondolas and whatnot that I had before. Bust those out. This box car and this auto rack were part of my earlier test train, and I'm using those to gauge pulling power and whatnot just right now because I'm getting ready for a review tomorrow. And speaking of that review, we got to see all the power that I have laid out here. There's also one more that I have. It's still in the box. It's the Norfolk Southern -9, but this is the one that I've been waiting for that I haven't gotten to because I wanted to get my layout running first. Tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. Forget the date, but today is Wednesday, my off day. This is my Saturday, and tomorrow I'm gonna do a review and unboxing of this locomotive, and then my locomotive roster will be unboxed and completed as of right now. So that, in a nutshell, guys, is pretty much it. Showed you guys the new section of leads that I got for the yard and diesel service and whatnot. All of the tracks are in, they're powered. I will be getting feeders into them. It's not a real big priority right now, but it's on my list. And then I got the yard in. As far as plans go, I am bouncing around the idea of putting, either buying a number 4 right hand and number 4 left hand to replace this number 8, but putting a number 4 right hand right in this area to give me another section of yard tracks that will funnel through this entire area and back its way up to these switches. Now, me personally, I am okay with that because I want to have as many trains as I can on the layout without having to put them in boxes to make room for new stuff. You know what I mean? So me personally, I wouldn't mind it. But one thing that I was thinking to do was put an industry in, maybe an intermodal facility, maybe not, I don't know, because that's pretty much another yard just for intermodal cars. But I was thinking about putting in maybe a small industry for the tank cars or whatnot. I don't know. Like I said, I'm bouncing around ideas and thinking of things to do. Because as of right now, all of this space is just occupied by all of the extra stuff that I have sitting around, which includes a drill, track, and extra stuff that I will be using in the future. So, like I said, guys, that's it for this. I'm pretty happy. I got a lot done today. Pretty much all of today's work consisted of getting the switches in and perfecting. I was able to get some of the switches in all throughout the week, but to get the switches in and placed properly, and getting all of these yard tracks in, and getting them getting the curves right and getting them spaced nicely and whatnot, having them look kind of like having them look good. And the other thing was getting the bridge section in with all the track. That was a hassle, just because I had to figure out what to do with the bridge. And then the idiot part of me was rushing, and I didn't realize that I need to have a good enough curve for the curve back there, and I made that one kind of tight. And it still works. You see the 6-axle ACE running through them, and I ran my box car and the auto rack through them, and they worked fine after some back and forth. But that's all I have to show for you guys today. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. I hope you guys are excited, because I definitely am. Oh, one more thing before I forget. All of that track on the riser section, it has a couple of screws in it on the curves, just because I'm paranoid. All of that track is glued down. Like, I won't even say glued down, because as you can see, you don't see any glue down in there. Okay, you don't see any glue down in there at all. All of that track is glued down with this Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength glue. This is a glue stick. It was $1.97 at Walmart. All of the track is glued down on that riser section with this. And I feel crazy that I just realized this, because it's gonna be so easy to pull that. Like, I almost ripped the track up earlier because I didn't know if it was gonna stick well. And it sticks nicely, and but it's easy to rip up. So this stuff comes in handy a lot. I would recommend using this if you're gonna have a temporary layout or a small little thing but you move a lot. Use this stuff. It's cheap, and you can get your track and all of your stuff up easily. Even the foam. I've already had to make some modifications on the foam in small areas, so it's not hard at all. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Hope you guys are excited, because I am. And stay tuned for the what I got coming up next. Okay. This is your boy Flash Jones. Have fun out there. Be safe and be yourself. It's your boy Flash Jones. I'm out. Deuces.